Hello everyone and welcome to A Little Weird. For each week where we're not releasing a full episode, we want to share a single listener-contributed story. This week we have a tale from Chris R. Chris R. is an avid hunter of the paranormal and has had a plethora of experiences. Today we read a tale of one of his earliest encounters on his family's farm. As a reminder, while it's my voice you'll be hearing, the words are all his. Enjoy. September 9th, 2011, at around 8:47 p.m. at our farm in Ivanhoe, Virginia. I walked outside to enjoy the frogs and crickets as I often do when I noticed a red light, like a single taillight out in the field that borders the next farm over. I ignored it at first because often the widow's sons next door will come check the fence about the time the sun goes down, so it was nothing unusual. But suddenly the red light lifted up out of the field and rose up into the sky. I screamed for my two parents who were out in a flash, and they too sat and watched the strange red ball fly around the farm. It looked electric, like a tail light, but given the distance it must have been about the size of a beach ball. The light floated in a ghostly way. It would turn on a dime and change direction with total grace. It then finally went into a cloud and never came back. Excited but cold, we all went back into the house. The next day, September 10th, I was ready. I had my camera and winter coat on, ready to take a shot if it should ever come back. My mother laughed at me and said, "Chris, it'll be 1,000 years before something like that ever happens again." It was around 8:14, and a red light turned up on a mountainside over Cripple Creek. It was like someone switching on a flashlight about halfway up the wildest side of the mountain. The light began to move up into the sky and disappeared over the mountain. My mother could not believe it came back. Unfortunately, the camera was unable to catch any of it in the dim light. September 11th, I again waited for it. Nothing. September 12th, I was out again, but soon gave up and grew tired. I stumbled off to bed. I wasn't asleep 15 minutes before I heard my father. "Chris, your light is out here again." I jumped up and ran out the front door where my parents were again, watching the red light disappear into a cloud, never to emerge again. If you want to share your stories with us, you can do so through our Facebook page or by emailing us at stories@weirdings.com. See you next week for episode 2, Bizarre Beasties.